Hello everyone, Nightmare Nemo here, and we're going to be reading a preview that is currently on the Lizard of Oz, which is the last Goosebumps book of this year, more than likely, unless there's like some kind of special edition thing that comes out we don't know about. And what Slappy World is going to be the next Goosebumps series after Most Wanted, and before that was Horrorland. So there's not a lot of details currently about the entirety of Slappy World. I'm not really sure, whether Slappy is going to be the main antagonist of this entire thing, or is this going to be kind of an anthology style, kind of where he just kind of introduces tales like the Crypt Keeper and Tales from the Crypt, or he's going to be prominent throughout the whole series. So we'll see about that. So the first book is Slappy Birthday to You, which is obviously a play on words of Happy Birthday to You. All right, so here we go. On Ian Barker's 12th birthday, he received a gift that brought pain and terror to him and his entire family. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's try to enjoy Ian's birthday for as long as we can. Just keep in mind that it was not the birthday Ian had hoped for. In fact, it quickly became a day he would have given anything to forget. Ian came down to breakfast on that sunny spring morning, eager for his special day to begin. Almost at once he had trouble with his 9-year-old sister, Molly. But that was nothing new. If you ask Ian, how do you spell Molly, he'll answer Trouble. Trouble. Since blueberry pancakes were Ian's favorite, Miss Barker had a tall stack of them on the table. Ian and Molly ate peacefully for a while. Molly liked her pancakes drowned in maple syrup, and she used up most of the syrup before Ian had a chance. But Ian didn't complain. He was determined to be cheerful on his birthday. But then they came down to the last pancake on the platter. When they both stabbed a fork into it, that's when the trouble began. Mine, Ian says, you've already had 6. But I saw it first, Molly insisted. She kept her fork poking into her side of the pancake. It's my birthday, Ian reminded her. I should get what I want today. You always think you should get what you want, Molly declared. Molly had wavy red hair and blue eyes, and when she gets into an argument about pancakes or anything else, her pale, lightly freckled cheeks turned bright pink. Their mom turned from the kitchen counter. She had been arranging cupcakes on a tray for Ian's birthday party. Fighting again? We're not fighting, Molly said. We're disputing. Oh, big word, Ian said, rolling his eyes. I'm so totally impressed. They both kept their forks in the last remaining pancake. You're a jerk, Molly said. I know you know that word. Don't call Ian names on his birthday, Miss Barker said. Wait till tomorrow. She had a good sense of humor. Sometimes the kids appreciated it. Sometimes they didn't. Why don't you split the pancake in two, she suggested. Good idea, Ian said. He used his fork to divide the pancake into 2 pieces. No fair, Molly cried. Your half is twice as big as mine. Ian laughed and gobbled up his half before Molly could do anything about it. Molly frowned at her brother. Don't you know how to eat, slob? You have syrup on your chin. Ian raised the syrup bottle. How would you like it in your hair? Miss Barker turned away from the cupcakes and stepped up to the table. Stop, she said. Breakfast is over. She took the syrup bottle from Ian's hand. You're 12 now. You really have to stop all of the fighting. But, Ian started. She squeezed Ian's shoulder. Your cousins are coming for your birthday. I want you to be extra nice to them and don't pick fights the way you always do. Ian groaned. Vinny and Johnny, they always started it. Ian always starts it, Molly chimed in. Shut up, Ian cried. Just listen to me, Miss Barker pleaded. I want you to be nice to your cousins. You know their parents have been going through a tough time. Uncle Donnie is still out of work, and Aunt Marie is getting over that operation. Could I have a cupcake now? Molly asked. Ian slapped the table. If she has one, I want one too. Have you heard a word I said? Her mom demanded. I swear I won't start any fights with Johnny and Vinny, Ian said. He raised his right hand, as if swearing an oath. Then he stood up from his seat and started toward the cupcake tray. Hands off, Miss Barker said. Go get your dad, Ian. Tell him the guest will be arriving soon. Where is he? Ian asked. In his workshop, his mother answered. Where else? Where else, Mom? Molly mimicked. Ian walked down the back hall to the door to the basement. He thought about Johnny and Vinny. Johnny and Vinny lived just a few blocks away. Johnny was 12 and Vinny was 11, but they looked like twins. They were both big bruisers, tough guys, big for their age, loud and grabby, with pudgy, round heads, short-cropped blonde hair, and upturned pig noses. At least that's how Ian described them. The kind of guys who were always bumping against people and each other, always giggling, always grinning about something mean. Mean guys. They're just jealous of you, that's what Miss Barker always told Ian. They're your only cousins, so you have to be nice to them. Ian opened the basement door and went down the stairs 2 at a time. The air grew warmer as he reached the basement, and it smelled of glue. Under bright white ceiling lights, his father stood hunched over his long work table. He turned as Ian approached. Oh, hi, Ian. Hey, Dad, Ian started. Mom says, here's a birthday present surprise for you, Mr. Barker said. He reached both hands to his face, plucked out his eyes, and held them up to Ian. Oh, boy. Let's see what happens here. Ian groaned. Dad, you've been doing that joke since I was 2. It just isn't funny anymore. Mr. Barker tossed the eyeballs in the air and caught them. You love it, he said. He set down the eyes, picked up a tiny arm and leg from the table. You get an arm and a leg to do the eye joke as well as I do. Ian laughed. He gazed at the pile of arms and legs and other body parts on the long work table. Broken dolls were piled at the other end. Doll heads stared wide-eyed at Ian as he surveyed his dad's work area. Dad stared down from shelves along 2 walls. Headless dolls, dolls with eyes or arms or legs missing. A bucket beside the work table filled to the brim with yellow, red, and brown doll hair. There were shelves of dresses and pants and shirts, all kinds of new and old-fashioned doll clothing. Ian's dad had started his doll hospital before Ian was born. He spent most of his day down here repairing the broken dolls, replacing missing parts, painting fresh faces, making old dolls look new. Then he carefully wrapped them and sent them back to their owners. He picked up a slender paintbrush and began dabbing pale pink paint on a doll's head's gray cheeks. This is a vintage Madame Alexander doll, he told Ian. It's quite valuable, and when I received it, the face was completely rubbed off, so I... A hard knock on the door upstairs made him stop. Someone pounded the door 4 times, then 4 more. That's the front door, Mr. Barker said. It must be your cousins. Go let them in. He squinted at the doll face and applied some more dabs with his paintbrush. I'll be there in a few seconds. Eden trotted up the stairs and hurried down the hall towards the front door. He heard 4 more hard knocks. I'm coming, he muttered. Ian pulled open the front door and let out a startled shriek as Johnny landed a hard-fisted punch in the middle of his face. And with that amazing cliffhanger, what is he gonna do? He's got punched in the face for no reason. That's not how you greet somebody when you open the door. And yeah, there's nothing about Slappy in this, unfortunately, but it's pretty easy to see where this is going to go. The dad repairs dolls, so obviously he's going to get his hands on a Slappy doll, and Slappy doll was, by this point, has plenty of damage visibly on it and such. So that's going to happen. So that's the easy way of having Slappy introduced into the story. And I assume one of the presents is going to be like a surprise, and then from the dad, and then he opens it and it's Slappy, and then hijinks happen after that, I assume. So here's that. And of course, the birthday party itself is not going to be that big of a part of the story. So it's just a cool idea for the cover and Slappy birthday. It's a nice idea. So there's that. All we really know is the Slappy birthday to you comes out next year, early next year, I believe. And so there's that. I hope you enjoyed this preview of Slappy Birthday to You, the new book of the new series, Slappy World. So this is Nightmare Nemo, and I'll see you guys next time.